It's mid-November now. November's one of the foggiest months we have here in Eugene, and this year is no exception. We did finally get some rain, about an inch or so just before Halloween, but it's still been dry ever since, and so many mornings are foggy. The sun will come out later in the day. It'll be clear at night like it was last night here. So there was a frost that we see here. I'm in the house looking out through the window with the protective bird mesh on the window so I don't have bird strikes and kill birds. Anyway, frost developed during the night, and then the fog moved in. So we're going to go outside here and see what the garden looks like as it gets ready for winter. I finished pruning the grapes both by the house here and by the cottage and back. Looking out to the south here, the tomatoes and cucumbers are finally down and the plastic is off. I have a little plastic house there with some cabbage in it. Let's go outside. We'll go out front first. Oh, let's do it a different way this time. We'll see what's going on here. The foxgloves, Dame's rocket, and so forth, all covered with frost. Boy, these plants, they look so cold this morning, but they'll revive later today. So this is my Belgian endive, which I'll start digging in a week or two, and winter beets there. And just like last month, I have the plastic house here that has harvestable parsley, lettuce, chard in it right now. Good morning, girls. I hear them in there, but I haven't taken their protective predator panels off here yet. I will in a little bit. Just a view of the compost silos here, the one that's a little more along the way on the left and the newer one on the right. I'm still wondering if there's a deer in the neighborhood, so I've kept this little mesh fence up here, but here's a view of the little oak savanna here that's losing its leaves, but there's still a lot of leaves on the trees. I'm not going to walk on the grass because it's frozen, but I see there's a skim of ice on the bird bath, which shows how cold it got last night. Or how cold it still is this morning. I've left the seed heads on the black-eyed Susans here. It's really important if you're doing nature-friendly gardening to do things like this and leave. The seeds here are really loved by the so-called lesser goldfinches that we have around here. There's a little flock here almost every day feeding on the seeds of these non-native black-eyed Susans. And then insects, live in the dried stems and so forth. So I'm tidy here and there in the garden, but other places I leave old stems like this for the reasons I just explained. Here's all my grape prunings here, which I may put in the compost pile, but I may haul off site. And I've cut off my old Maranberry canes and put up next year's flowering and fruiting canes here in my usual kind of wreath configuration here. Everybody loves, and I love too. Still some golden leaves on the European red currant, the edible currants there. Really pretty on a foggy morning. So, a few of the cabbages in there. They're a little cold, but they're still okay. And here's the south side of the house now that all the plastic and the tomatoes and so forth are gone. I've put the winter jasmine up on that particular trellis there a little bit, and then of course the rest of the winter jasmine is here on this entry arbor, so it should be starting into bloom by next month. Then we'll go out front here. So still leaves on the vine maple this year. what, November 19th today? Wow. The morning paper has arrived. I think I'm the only person in this block who gets a paper delivered. General view of the front yard here. All the leaves around really are off the aspens. Somebody's just started up a car, but they'll be leaving soon. Oh, they have a frosty windshield. They won't be leaving that soon. I almost slipped on the boardwalk here. So, just a view here in the park strip. Things are dormant for the winter. A few leaves left there on the red flowering currant. We'll go back up, get away from the car noise here. And thanks to the rain we had the day or two before Halloween, the candy flower is up. So this is a self-reseeding native annual plant that seeds were here all summer, but it waits till a good fall rain before it germinates. So candy flower here. Oh wow, I even see the cow parsnip. The first leaves are up here, so those were stimulated too by that same rain, as were the leaves here of slender cinquefoil, Potentilla gracilis. Great. So fall isn't the end of the year, it's the beginning of the year for some plants. So beautiful, just the frost on the Oregon grape here. So, and I see the sun trying to come through already. Okay, we'll go back. Oh, we always look at the tubs, of course. So these tubs here, we've had hard frost, but not enough to kill the begonias here yet. So I've left them in here before I change to the winter tubs. Okay, and speaking of tubs, we'll end up at the east tubs. So, and also really pretty here, the foxgloves with the frost on them this morning. And this poor chard that looks almost dead, but it'll recover later today. Okay, I said I'd end up at the east tubs here, and here we are. This had the big begonias these had the big begonias in them all summer, and I've planted pansies and candy flower, and then covered it with this mesh so that the neighborhood squirrels don't try to burrow acorns and whatever else in these tubs here. So that's the story this frosty and foggy November morning here. We'll end up just with a whoa slipped on the wood there, a close-up of the frost here on the grass. So one more month I'll be doing this in December, and who knows what December will bring. All I know is that it will be different from all the other months of the year that we've done so far with this video series. So see you in December.